Good morning, students. Today I am going to tell an interesting and inspiring story about a great personality who has done something marvelous, not for the human beings but for the in the field of technology. Today we are going to learn something about that great personality, right? So the story starts like this. There was two person, like there was a boy and girl. They were loved each other, and before their marriage they gave birth a boy child, which was totally illegal, and their parents did not accept such type of illegal work. So this couple, they decided that to adopt. They decided that they declared for adoption of that boy child. So that who was that unwanted boy to whom they gave birth? That unwanted boy was Steve Jobs, who was an American businessman, inventor, designer, visionary person, worldwide figure, and co-founder of Apple company, and also he was a chief executive person of Apple company. Today we are going to learn about that great personality whose autobiography was not so sound, right? So he was an illegal child of his parents. So their parents declared for adoption. So then what happened? Then a lawyer family came forward for adoption, and they signed the agreement from his biological mother. So, but when the agreement was signed before his birth, before the birth of Steve Jobs. So when Steve Jobs took birth, at that time the family, the lawyer family rejected the proposal because they wanted a girl child. But Steve Jobs was a boy child, so they rejected the proposal to adopt Steve Jobs. Then the biological mother of Steve Jobs, she declared for adoption, and then there was a family who was in the waiting list. So that family was a very poor family, but there was an agreement of his biological mother. What was that agreement? That a person or a family who will adopt his boy child, that family should be a graduate. That family or the parents the parents of Steve Jobs should be graduate. But the family who was willing to accept Steve Jobs, they were not graduate. So the Steve Jobs' mother, means his biological mother, he proposed another proposal to his parents, that if you will educate my child, or if you will make my child as a graduate, then I will give my son to you. That means they will accept the proposal. She will accept the proposal. So this poor family accepted the proposal and swear that they will educate the Steve Jobs as a graduate. So this was all about the family background, means the birth and upbringing of the Steve Jobs. And when Steve Jobs was adopted by a new parent, they spent all his earnings in the education of Steve Jobs. And after completion of his school education, Steve joined in the college. That the name of that college was Reed School, right? So in the Reed School, it was very expensive. It was very expensive for the part of his parents, because they were poor. They spent all the money behind his education. So this was all about the background of Steve Jobs. But after that, however, he became a great personality. This was the background, but by his hard work, by his dedication, by his forsightness, and by his intuition, one day he became a worldwide figure. He was the pioneer of technology. He was the pioneer of technology. He brought a great revolution in the field of computer. Right? So here, once the story starts like this. Once he was invited by Stanford University for a commencement address, for his convocation ceremony. And when he went to present his speech, Steve Jobs first says that I have three stories in my life. When he elaborates his life history in front of the students of Stanford University, he says, I have three stories in my life. His first story was about his birth, upbringing and education, means how he took birth, how he brought up, and how he was adopted by other parents. And his next story is about love and loss. So what is love and loss? Love means he loves something but he loses it, which was a turning point in his career, but actually it was not a turning point. Gives him impetus to enhance his inner quality, to improve his inner quality. When that means he was the co-founder of Apple company, but after some days he was rejected by the member of that company. That means a founder was rejected from the company, which was very pathetic. And then after, he says about his third phase of life, which is about death. He says some remarkable point. He says some important things about death. He says he has seen the death, and when anybody can say that your death is nearer, then it will change your lifestyle. It will change you as a new person. All these three things are very clearly described in this story, Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish. In this story, what is the meaning of the line Stay Hungry and Stay Foolish? The title here, Steve Jobs. Here, Stay Hungry means, according to Steve Jobs, you should not satisfied with your achievement, what you have gained. You should not contain your knowledge. That means you have to stay hungry for knowledge. Always try to gain more and more. And stay foolish means you think that you have learned nothing. You have learned nothing. and try to learn more and more, try to gain more and more. So act as a police that you do not know nothing, you don't know nothing, which will inspire you to gain more knowledge, will enhance your inner quality. If you think that you know everything, then it will decrease your knowledge. So always stay hungry and stay foolish. That means always try to get to learn more and more, and always acts as a foolish that you don't know nothing. So this is all about this is a glimpse of the story. ମୁଁ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ତୁମକୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହୁଛି ଷ୍ଟୋରିଟାରେ କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି ନା ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଷ୍ଟିଭ୍ ଜବ୍ସ ବିଷୟରେ ଆମେ ପଢ଼ୁଛେ, ଷ୍ଟେ ହଂଗ୍ରି ଷ୍ଟେ ଫୁଲିଶ। ଷ୍ଟିଭ୍ ଜବ୍ସ ଥିଲେ ଆମର ଆପଲ୍ କମ୍ପାନୀର ଫାଉଣ୍ଡର, ଜଣେ ଗ୍ରେଟ୍ ଇନଭେଣ୍ଟର, ଜଣେ ଗ୍ରେଟ୍ ପର୍ସନାଲିଟି, ଜଣେ ବିଶ୍ୱ ପ୍ରସିଦ୍ଧ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିତ୍ୱ ଥିଲେ। ଏବଂ ତାଙ୍କ ଲାଇଫ୍ ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ କହିଲି ଯେ ତାଙ୍କର ଯିଏ ମା ଥିଲେ ସେ ଜଣେ ଅନମ୍ୟାରିଡ୍ ଲେଡି ଥିଲେ। ये जो अनमैरिड लेडी थिले जेतले स्टीव जॉब्स जन्मग्रहण कले तांको मां डिक्लेयर कले जे जेहेतु एटा तांको सोसाइटी रे एक्सेप्ट करा जाउ नथिला, से कोन कले ना स्टीव जॉब्स को की अडॉप्ट करिवो, की पोष्य पुत्र भाव रे ग्रहण करिवो, सेति पई से उडे डिक्लेयर कले। तो प्रथमे जने लॉयर फैमिली आगो पळे आसिले एवं से कहले आमे ताको अडॉप्ट करिवो, क्या स्टीव जॉब्स को अडॉप्ट करिवो। किंतु जेतले स्टीव जॉब्स ए जो एग्रीमेंटटा हेतिला बिफोर द बर्थ ऑफ स्टीव जॉब्स, स्टीव जॉब्स जन्म हेइ नथिले ता पूर्व रे अडॉप्शन द एग्रीमेंटटा साइन हेतिला बिटवीन हर मदर एंड द पेरेंट्स, बिटवीन हर बायोलॉजिकल मदर एंड द लॉयर फैमिली। किंतु जेतले स्टीव जॉब्स जन्म हेले सेते बेले कोन हला ना जो लॉयर फैमिली जो वकील फैमिली थे से रिजेक्टेड द प्रपोजल को, एग्रीमेंट को रिजेक्ट कले, कहीं ना से माने गोटे गर्ल चाइल्ड चाहूले किंतु ये थिले जने बॉय चाइल्ड। तापरे अगेन स्टीव जॉब्स ଙ୍କର मां जे अनमैरिड लेडी थिले से पुणी डिक्लेयर कले मो को के अडॉप्ट करिवो। आउ गोटे पेरेंट्स आसिले से माने अडॉप्ट करिया पे चाहिए, किंतु से गोटे एग्रीमेंट रखिथिले कि स्टीव जॉब्स ଙ୍କର मां से जने ग्रेजुएट थिले, स्टीव जॉब्स ଙ୍କର मां जने ग्रेजुएट थिले, तेणु से कहले यदि कौन ग्रेजुएट फैमिली मो पुओ को अडॉप्ट करेंगे ताले मु तांको देबी। किंतु से जो पुअर फैमिली से ग्रेजुएट नथिले एवं से प्रथम ग्रेजुएट कहि तांको अडॉप्ट करनले, तेणु परे जानला परे स्टीव जॉब्स ଙ୍କର मां पुणी कहले जे जदि मो पुओ को तांको गोटे ग्रेजुएट बनै परिबो, ग्रेजुएशन करै परिबो, पढै परिबो, ताले मु तुमको मो पुओ को देबी। तो यही बड़ी प्रपोजल रे स्टीव जॉब्स को से अडॉप्ट करथिले एवं सेठी स्टीव जॉब्स तांकर स्कूल एजुकेशन करे एवं स्कूल रे कॉलेज रे जॉइन करथिले। कॉलेज रे किछि दिन पढला परे he was not satisfied with the education what he has learned from the Reed college रे जहा पढा गला he was not satisfied, संतुष्ट होई नथिले, and he thought that this type of education will not build my career, this type of education will not help me to enhance my inner quality, so he left the school। तेणु से स्कूल छाड़ दिए। यही भली गोटे बायोग्राफी थिबा स्टूडेंट बा लोक थिले किए स्टीव जॉब्स, जे कि फ्यूचर रे सारा पृथ्वी प्रसिद्ध होइतिले एवं माइक्रो कंप्यूटर को एक नुआ जीवन देथिले। माइक्रो कंप्यूटर द्वारा सारा विश्व रे प्रसिद्ध होइतिले, जणे इन्वेंटर थिले, जणे ग्रेट बिजनेसमैन थिले एवं से थिले मध्य एप्पल कंपनी रा प्रतिष्ठाता। एटा होची तार फास्ट यूनिट रा स्टोरी। तो पिला माने तुमे वीडियोटा भल से देखिबो एवं मु तुमको फास्ट यूनिट रा किछि लेखा क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस देबी, ताको ठीक से पढिबो। जदि किछि एथिरे प्रॉब्लम होती ताले यू कैन कॉल मी पर्सनली। थैंक यू।